Queen Zelera of the Astral Dominion had ruled for nearly 3 centuries, her reign stretching over nebulae and mineral-rich moons like a shimmering tapestry of authority. By the laws of her people, the Seraphians, her lineage could only continue through the presentation of a direct heir on her 300th coronation cycle. That cycle had arrived. But there was a problem. Her only daughter, Princess Valindra, had been missing for 5 years. The Dominion believed she had been taken during the disastrous expedition to the uncharted Spiral sector. Many presumed her dead. Zelera refused to believe it. The threads of a mother's instinct tugged at her mind like gravity. Valindra was alive. She felt it with every molecule of her bioluminescent heart. On the night of her coronation cycle, as the spiral suns aligned and cast violet light through the throne room's crystalline walls, Zelera sensed a disturbance. An unfamiliar vessel breached their borders, not hostile but trembling with uncertainty. The Dominion's defense fleets surrounded it within minutes. "Your Majesty," reported General Kashir, bowing low, "the ship carries Seraphian genetic signatures, and a human." "A human," Zelera whispered, her temperature spiking in disbelief. The doors opened, and there, stepping forward from the corridor, was Valindra, alive, exhausted, but unmistakably radiant. Her silver skin shimmered under the lights, though patches of faintly pigmented flesh suggested difficult years away from their advanced biology-restoring technology. Zelera rushed down the steps of her throne, decorum forgotten. "My daughter, my star, where have you been?" But Valindra raised a trembling hand. "Mother, please. Let me speak before you judge." Behind her stepped a human man, dark-haired, broad-shouldered, with a defensive stance that radiated protectiveness. His eyes flicked across every guard, every weapon, every escape route. "My name is Elias Ward," he said cautiously. "I'm her partner." The room erupted in murmurs. "A Seraphian princess. And a human." Zelera's mandibles tightened. The Seraphians had long considered humans primitive, too fragile, too emotionally volatile to join their genetic line. A human consort was unthinkable, even forbidden. But the most shocking revelation hadn't arrived yet. 2 small figures peeked from behind Elias's legs. Children. Hybrid children. A boy and a girl. The girl with soft human features but glowing Seraphian eyes. The boy tall for his age with faint silver skin emerging across his arms. Their energy signatures were unmistakably royal. Zelera's breath fled her chest. Gasps rippled through the throne room. "These are my grandchildren," she whispered. "Yes, mother," Valindra said softly. "Your heirs." The middle. The secret of the lost princess. In a private chamber, Zelera demanded an explanation. Her voice trembled between fury and relief. Valindra began her story. During the expedition 5 years earlier, a gravitational anomaly had ripped her fleet into a violent wormhole. She believed she would die, but instead, she crash-landed on a backwater planet, the human colony world of Helios 4. Elias was the search and rescue officer who found her ship burning in a canyon. "I thought she was some kind of angel," he admitted. "Broken armor, glowing veins. I tried to help her stand, and she nearly burned through my gloves." Valindra cracked a smile. "He was the first human ever to show me compassion without fear." The wormhole collapse had severed her connection to the Seraphian fleet. Stranded, injured, unable to reach her people, she had been forced to rely on Elias. Days became weeks. Weeks became years. And in those years, against all odds, they fell deeply in love. Zelera listened silently, half enthralled, half horrified. "And the children?" the queen finally asked. Valindra pulled them close. "Seraphian physiology adapts. Our bodies adjust for survival. When I bonded with Elias, the children were inevitable. Zelera studied them carefully. Their energy fields flickered unpredictably. Not fully Seraphian, not fully human. An unstable mix. A dangerous mix. If they cannot regulate their energy output, Zelera said, they may lose control. The hybrid condition is unpredictable. Elias stepped protectively in front of them. They're strong, smart, compassionate. They're worth fighting for. The queen regarded him with cold eyes. You presume to challenge the Dominion. I'll challenge anyone who threatens my kids. General Kashir hissed at the challenge, but Zelera raised a hand. She stared deep into Elias, human, frail by Seraphian standards, yet unyielding, remarkably unafraid. Very well, she said. If they are heirs, they must prove it. Their power must be tested. Valindra stiffened. They're only children. Zelera's voice softened, but her resolve did not. If they cannot control their abilities, they will be hunted across the galaxy. I will not allow that fate. A decision was made. The hybrids would undergo the Seraphian rite of resonance, an ancient trial used to awaken and stabilize a young heir's inner energy core. But no hybrid had ever attempted it. Some feared they would succeed. Others feared they wouldn't survive. The middle. The trial of resonance. The children stood before the Heartstone, a living crystal that pulsed with cosmic radiation. Zelera stood behind them solemnly. Valindra and Elias watched with fear tightening their throats. Breathe, Valindra told her daughter. Focus, Elias whispered to his son. As the Heartstone activated, swirling lights encircled the children. The radiance grew blinding. Hybrids might be overwhelmed. Valindra herself had nearly collapsed during her own trial centuries earlier. Suddenly the boy cried out as energy lashed across his arms. The girl stumbled, her glowing eyes flickering violently. The Seraphian Council gasped. Shut it down, Valindra shouted. Not yet, Zelera commanded, her own energy rising to reinforce the chamber. They must find their rhythm. Then something extraordinary happened. The two children reached for each other. Their hands touched. The chaotic energies, human emotion and Seraphian power, aligned, stabilized, formed a single steady pulse. The Heartstone responded. It brightened, sending a beam of pure starlight upward, lighting the entire palace spires. When the light faded, both children stood tall, glowing gently. Not unstable, not dangerous, balanced. The chamber erupted in stunned silence. Zelera stepped forward, trembling for the first time in centuries. They succeeded. Elias exhaled shakily, nearly collapsing with relief. Valindra wrapped her arms around her mother. You have heirs, mother. And our people have a new future. The ending, a new dynasty. The Dominion prepared a new coronation. Not for Zelera this time, but for the royal bloodline itself. Messages spread across the stars. The Seraphians have hybrid heirs. Some allied worlds celebrated. Some rival empires trembled. Some whispered that hybrid children could unite the galaxy, or reshape it entirely. Zelera addressed her people. My grandchildren prove that strength is not in purity, she declared, her voice echoing across worlds. It is in unity. Our future lies not in isolation, but in evolution. She turned to Elias, human, yet now forever part of her lineage. Elias Ward, she said, you defended royal heirs with the courage of 1,000 warriors. You will be honored as consort of the Dominion. Elias blinked. Does that mean they won't throw me in an incineration pit? Valindra laughed, hugging him. It means my mother accepts you. Zellara glanced away. Reluctantly. Partially. But yes. The hybrid stepped forward, receiving the ceremonial sigils of succession. The stars glimmered through the palace windows as though witnessing a new cosmic chapter. A Seraphian dynasty did not end. It evolved.